Hey guys, this is your girl Mina Prosi. You can call me Bunny. Yeah, they don't so cool. Okay, I'm talking about friends. Who is the person that you're calling a friend? Do you check on them on a daily basis? Do you try to know how they're doing? Do you help them when they're in need, or you just this person who is like a parasite, who is a user? Some of you just use your friends like pets, like CDs. After getting what you want, you just dump them off. But why? You have to be there for your friends, not only by providing them or by helping them in terms of money, but even spiritually and emotionally and physically. That is, if it's possible. But some of you are just users. You be with a friend, you'll never text to know how they're doing. You'll never text to know if at least they have what to eat. You'll never text to know how they survive. You'll never text to know if they're emotionally okay. But all you do is to just go mute when you're in need. This is the time you try to text because you need help from them. After you go far from texting, you call. Those instant calls, sometimes they don't want to pick, they are busy, but you're on their case. Why do you have to behave like, I don't want to use a word, but it's really boring and sucking. True friends are there for their friends during hard times, during happy times. Why do you have to wait and you get problems and then you reach out to check on these people simply because you need them to help you? When will you ever want to know how they are doing? You have to be happy for a friend. Try to check on them, at least randomly. It's not like you have to be checking on them every now and then. No, at least once in a while, once in a week, once in a month, it's okay. But you take over half year, checking on a friend, and you're still claiming this is your friend. Really? And you be busy texting those guys who are just useless to you. Why? Because they are good at gossiping, because they are good at praising you. They never let you know your faults or your weaknesses, all your bad behaviors. They never mention them. They just keep on praising you even when you're in wrong. So these are the people you feel, oh, they are really very nice and they need your time. You keep checking on them, you call them, you chat them, you video call. But the people who can't help you during trouble, you just ignore them. You only keep telling others how they are friends by showing their pictures, but they don't even know how they are doing. You never make calls to them. But why? Then tomorrow you're in danger, you need help, you need money. This is when you go hunting for them. They went through hard times without you. They needed love, they needed care, they needed those comforting words from a person like you, but you were not there because you never tried to check on them to know how they are doing. You don't want to you don't want to share your happy moments with them. You don't want to hear from them because when you're talking to them, they'll mention your mistakes. They want to make you a better person. They want to shape you. So when they mention about your bad deeds or your mistakes, you feel they're not good enough. They are so straightforward to you. They tell you when you're not smart. When I talk of being smart, like you dress up, you're not looking good, they try to say, oh, do this and that. This is not looking good on you. Then you take it in a bad way. You don't want to you don't want to talk to them anymore. Term them bad because they were so straightforward. They aired out the facts and which you don't want to hear. All you want is to just praise you even when it's not the reality. You just want to hear only things which are good. And then you turn them to be negative. Why? Because they mentioned all what you had to hear, and it's the fact you have to change. But these are the very people you run to after landing into shit. I'm asking, why do you have to be like this? A real friend has to know how their friends are doing. Check on them once in a while. I hate users. I hate users. People keep on saying that other people don't want to help. It's not like that, but it's the way you treat them. You don't want to check on people when they are doing well. You don't want to know how they are, which situations that they're going through. Sometimes they are busy hustling and suffering to get this hard earned cash, and it's the money you want to get from them at the end of the day when you land into shit, but you don't want to know how they struggle to get it. You don't want to be by their side to mourn their problems. You don't want to provide or to be part of the solutions, but at the end of the day you want to enjoy the sweat with them. But why? If they ask you to borrow them, you claim not having money. But you, when you need and they say they don't have, you will conclude that they refused or they did it intentionally. But you didn't check on them to know the reason as to why they're failing to help you. If you want to be helped during problems, you also have to help. If you want to be helped during problems, you have to check on people whom you think can help you. Stop being users. You go mute for a full month. You don't want to know how the person is doing. What if this person goes into coma or dies? And then you say, oh my God, really? Someone fails. It's a friend. A friend fails to borrow you money, and you block them. You go gossiping around how they refuse to help you. Okay, before gossiping, how many times have you been there for them? How many times have you borrowed them? Are you sure yourself have been borrowing those ones who came to you in times of need? Are you sure yourself every time you're equipped with money to borrow every now and then? You're blaming them for not borrowing you, that they had the money but they refused. Okay, what stops you from having the same money they are having? Aren't you working? So you think the same way you fail to get this money is the same way somebody else can fail to get this money. If a friend fails to borrow you, it doesn't necessarily mean that they refused intentionally. The way you fail to help out yourself is the same way they can fail to get this money to borrow you. Stop judging people. Stop gossiping around. If you can spread negativity or bad news about your friends, why don't you like to spread that good news? If they fail to borrow you money, there are some other nice things they did for you. Why don't you talk about those ones? Why don't you focus on those ones? Let's spread love. If you want to be helped during problems, please also try to find time to check on your friends. Stop being users. Stop gossiping if somebody fails to borrow you. It's very possible you're also not borrowing everybody who comes to you for help. or for